Welcome.
What is up? Welcome.
Not to your doom, I hope. But...
Yeah, it's like Scorpion kicks Johnny Cage in the face. It's a whole thing.
It was more of a what was that game? What the hell was that game? Welcome to your doom. Altered Beast.
Welcome to your doom.
Yeah.
Wise from your grave.
That guy that like fucking shambled out. That Roman. Turn into a bear or some shit.
Power up.
Yeah.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, welcome to the May wrap up Q&A.
It's May 2023 wrap up, baby, for Movie Dumpster. We missed you guys so much.
It's been a minute.
We're finally back. It's only been a month, but it feels like forever, when we don't get to talk to you. So what's cooking? We're gonna go through some. Everybody's been in the chat, fucking going nuts. So we're gonna say hello first.
Hello.
Oh my God, here we go. We got Bill, we got Dan Belcher, we got Pizza Werewolf, we got John Browning.
DNA Gaming in here.
DNA Gaming.
RJ, what's up? Daniel Nice. Nice. Let us. I think it's nice. I think he told us before.
It's Nietzsche.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know what it is.
Either way, how you doing?
Daryl Niles, what's cooking?
Oh, Daryl, excuse me.
Oh, is that what you said?
I
Daryl Niles.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I said it wrong.
Oh.
I said it wrong. Sorry.
No.
What's up,
Nice
Gil?
dreams, yeah.
Fiore, how you doing? Xander, what's going on,
what's
man?
Up, Xander? What's cooking, man? Thanks for hanging out. Lo Wang, DC.
Dustin from the Flicks and Friends podcast. Wearing his t-shirt.
There it is.
I summoned him.
Snackdalus. I love that one. What's up?
Gory Tiger's in here.
Gory Tiger, what's going on? And I think we're pretty much caught up. We got Nacho Diablo. We got
Zayamucha.
Or X.
I think the X's are
Yamucha?
Flare. Those are Flare.
The X's are Flare. Oh, gotcha. Is that like Xanadu? Like the X? Maybe.
Could be. Wicked Tuna.
Dissect that film. What's cooking, dude?
Go for some Wicked Tuna.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Sushi.
Some pepper tuna? Now you're talking.
Russ Man, 175. What's up?
Steve Zach. We almost through these guys? Wow. There's
Mark
so many,
Strauss is here.
There's so many people in here. What's going on?
Ultra Liger, he's in here too.
And
Got a couple tigers in here.
And Sean Kelly,
not to be confused with the little boy from Jacko. How you doing?
Cliff Mitt is also here as well.
And anybody's lurking that's not commenting, welcome. Miami Loco, what is up?
And Richard Kimball, of course, our attorney at large. I'm not ripped, by the way. I'm just excited to be here. Somebody was ripped, Mr. I saw your message before, Mr. I left a voicemail on our brand new
I think
phone number.
Me before I left my house.
Oh,
like
no.
2 hours ago.
No,
But...
Richard Kimball said Joe.
Not doubt myself, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a Saturday, or it's a Friday. Fuck. I wish
Yeah.
it was Saturday.
Oh, and the Doom Gals are here. What's cooking?
Hey, what's up?
And, of course, Ryan Powell.
Work Digits is here,
Work Digits,
too.
Gray Spook.
Gray Spook. They keep flowing in. That's why we do the little intro in the beginning with the Protector 101. We should probably update that every once in a while. We're using the same one for a while. Hopefully everyone's digging that still.
Everybody seems like they were still enjoying it. It's a good funky ass soundtrack. You hear it once a month. I would look forward to it if I was.
I mean,
coming to
they
this.
did our theme song. So
also true. So what is going on? It's been pretty good. We've had a pretty good couple months. Yeah, all things considered. We put a big post up on Patreon. I don't think most of the public saw that.
I guess we should probably talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we should talk about it a little bit. So, we were just talking about like stuff that was coming out and stuff that we plan to do and like stuff that we're doing specifically for Patreon. It was more of a Patreon post. But
for the $2 tier, for anyone curious.
I mean, if you want to sign up and watch it, you're more than welcome.
Patreon.com/movie dumpster.
Thank you.
Yep. But continue, Joe. Sorry.
But yeah, it's we talked previously about like getting stuff in order and getting our episodes in order and catching up, if you will. And we've kind of done that. I think we're there. We finally arrived at that point.
We took a route we weren't necessarily anticipating. We took the right fork when we went to take the left fork, but we met in the middle. We
We took that wrong turn in Albuquerque that Bugs Bunny always
exactly.
does.
We put out some ripes. We put out a brand new, technically the first episode of a new rebranding of a series with the Fresh Picks. We did the Crypt video event. We put that out.
Yeah. So,
stuff like that. So we had stuff coming out. It wasn't necessarily what our regular just main episode. It was a little bit of peppering of different things.
Yes. We'll talk a little bit about Fresh Picks later.
Sure.
But yes, that is kind of the area
trajectory we landed on.
Well, right. That's the area where that stuff is going to live, like interviews, coverage, what like new stuff we bought, maybe movies that we're not going to do a full episode on, and not necessarily for Patreon, but we want to talk about the discs and stuff like that. We'll talk a little bit about that later.
I guess my point being, to your point, was that yes, we're back. The flow is back. It's just maybe it wasn't the initial flow we were planning for, but it came together. It came together. That makes sense.
And we're also trying a bunch of new stuff too.
Yeah.
Like,
which you might have saw on that Evil Dead Trap episode.
Yeah, that was really fun. I everybody seemed to like that a lot. With the Evil Dead Trap, we did that like mini break in the middle. We had like an ad, not too in your face, but it's there. And then like a little mail segment, and that's something we've been wanting to do for a long time.
Which, if you somehow missed that episode, you're like, I'll come back to that one. You missed the new segment, so go check it out.
Go check it out. There's also the number there. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's in that episode. So go check it out and give us a buzz. So a few of you have already called, and we'll talk about that a little later as well. But yeah, so a big thing that I think we're starting to do is kind of like, because previously in the past, I mean, you've been with us, a lot of you have been with us for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there are a bunch of new people that we've picked up along the way, but I think they have gone back and listened to a bunch of other stuff, so they kind of have this full spectrum of the trajectory of the show and where it's gone and where it was from. But in the past, like a lot of times we would do like the MD guide or we'd have like previews of coming attractions video or something, and it would show you occasionally. We'd have what's coming up for the month. So going forward, that's non-existent, and the reason for that is there's too many variables to what we're doing now. It's not like before, way back in the days, the audio days, it was
audio only, I should say.
Yes, it was let's get together, sit in the closet,
studio closet,
record the episode, and we're done. But now it's like, okay, well, we got to set up the cameras, we got to edit the videos, we got to get the guests, and
it's way more involved.
It's way more involved, and you guys know that,
which is a good thing but yeah.
But it would be unfortunate, and we've stopped doing that to ourselves, where it's like, oh, we had this thing planned, and we're like, oh, we're gonna do it, and we're telling you we're gonna do it, and then it's a thing of like, well, shit, the fucking scheduling didn't line up, the guests didn't line up, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, but like, so now it's more like things will be released within a short span of time. So so you won't get, unless we have something totally locked in, which we'll talk about in a little while. We'll be like, yeah, for sure, that's coming.
We're just, I guess, like, I don't mean to cut you off, but I guess like trying to keep things a little bit more close to the chest. But if it's something we definitely know is happening, like whether we filmed it or we know, it's not just an idea on a calendar. I guess, just to put it in layman's terms, we will tell you about it, or welcome the surprise, like a Bethesda showcase centerpiece, if you will. For anyone that gets that reference.
We're trying to take the stress off so that we can deliver, better content. If that makes sense. Anyway.
And we got a lot coming.
So that's what's going on.
With that said,
we got a lot of cool stuff coming on. We got a lot of new stuff we're cooking on. We got new ways of doing things, which should be interesting and fun, especially how episodes are presented. Like, again, you got a little taste of that with Evil Dead Trap, and how that was in the middle. We had that little middle segment with the mail, which we'll be doing. But there's also other stuff we're going to be playing with soon, which is a lot of fun, and we're very excited for. So so stay tuned. A lot of stuff with like the indie community and people in that community, directors, writers, all kinds of fun shit like that. So stay tuned for that. And adjacent to the movies that we love, so that's always good. All right, let's take a look at the chat.
Yeah, let's see what people are saying.
We'll get back to some of that shit later, but there's so much stuff. You guys are like fucking going nuts tonight.
Front loaded a little there.
Yeah.
Outside of the hellos and highs.
Oh, Jesus Roman, what's up? Love from Puerto Rico.
Welcome.
Thanks for hanging out.
Steve Zach, welcome. I don't know if we called you out earlier.
Yeah, sorry about that. And Bladder Puncher's here, too.
He's punching those bladders. You better be on the toilet.
So Bladder Puncher says we need a J-Boy next Friday watch-along. We have toyed with the idea. What did we say? Oh, we wanted to fucking procure some Purple Urkel and do a Family Matters review.
Oh, well, that's also an idea. I had pitched an idea
off
camera once, and I don't think it ever moved anywhere. The needle didn't move at all. But I want to do a Patreon exclusive like mini series on each Evil Bong movie, but each one we like go into it, we're high as hell, or we like do a rip right before the review, but like on camera. But I don't know, like with YouTube, like A, we just haven't done it, but B, it's like even though if it would be an unlisted video, I don't know if you would actually get in trouble for that because you're like showing, marijuana from paraphernalia on camera. Like it would be an interesting experiment. But
I don't think so. So
that was an idea I had once.
So wait, is the idea to get ripped as we watch, or
no,
get ripped
in
and
the
then
review?
Watch?
It's part of the review. You can do it for both.
No, that's what I mean. Like we're smoking as we're watching it, and
Maybe.
as we're watching it, we're getting stoned.
I think part of the appeal, because it's exclusive to this series, it would never happen on any other video because it would defeat the purpose. It would be this one-time idea of however many 8 movies, 8 episodes. We're just high as hell in the episode. I don't even know if the episode would have any interesting content. We might be so burnt and it might suck, but it might be kind of fun to try.
We could try one conceptually.
Yeah, that's an idea I always
like
had.
the idea. We'll see how that works out.
How did we get on that? How the fuck did we end up there?
It was a question. Somebody had it. They were talking about doing a next Friday watch.
Okay, yeah. I do like Friday, and next Friday I haven't watched in a while, but Friday holds up great.
Yeah,
I rewatched it recently.
What? Flicks and Friends. Dustin goes, there's no mice in the building because Joe's got the pythons out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Evil Dead trap.
It pronounces Daniel.
Oh, it is niece.
Oh, you were right.
You were right. I said Daniel first. I misspoke.
No, but you were right with niece.
Yes.
So cool. Now we know Daryl Niece. That is your name.
And now so does everybody else listening.
There you go.
Watching. For better or worse. Snack Lactus says the Leprechaun commentary was fire. Yes. I guess that was the last one we put out, was the Leprechaun 2 commentary. I guess we didn't talk about that because we didn't have a April live show.
Was that the last one we did?
Yeah,
that was the last one
we have
we
another
did.
one planned.
Yeah,
that we'll talk about probably towards the end of the show, like Joe was hinting at.
Yeah. That was fun. I guess we could talk a little bit about
briefly,
April or March or whenever the fuck.
Yeah, well, because that was a victim of circumstances.
Yeah.
It ended up being an April release, but it was meant for the St. Patty's Day through line. That was fun. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna just kind of go down the list every year. That might be kind of fun to do on commentary tracks. I mean, we already did 4 as a main episode, and I know you've talked about maybe doing 3 as a main episode at some point. But it's been fun, kind of going back to 1 and 2 so far on the commentary side.
I think doing the Leprechaun movies is kind of evergreen for stuff like that.
Yeah,
especially the commentary tracks. I don't know, like. There's me personally. There's just other movies I want to talk about for like St. Patrick's Day.
No, sure. But I'm saying, if we ever did another Leprechaun, I know that's one you're like, it's your favorite.
2 is my favorite.
Oh, 2 is okay.
Yeah.
I like 3. Tony turned me on to 3. At first, I
3's
didn't
good.
like 3, but the weird Leprechaun and the Vegas shit is funny.
I think there's a lot of cool ideas in that, and it takes a weird dark turn at the end of the movie. Anyway,
I'm glad you're enjoying that.
Yeah, that was fun as hell. Crypt video. Daryl Nee says the Crypt video looked like a ton of fun. It was great.
In Philomoka in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we had an absolute blast at that, and Ted Nugent from Tapes from the Crypt tries to do that every year. We went last year, and we were actually a part of it. We didn't do any coverage, but we had a table and stuff, so that was super fun. Yeah, I mean, there is really nothing else like that. Like VHS Fest at Mahoning is awesome. Don't get me wrong.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Like him and his team like put together like a literal video store, and it's just so cool to see the posters and the standees and stuff and the tapes and shit. And it's just a cool vibe, and everybody just is really awesome. A lot of great artists and just cool fucking people that just want to talk movies and stuff. So it's a great time. If it comes around again and you hear about it, go. Yeah. If you're in the tri-state area, definitely check it out for sure.
I mean, he was even saying, I think I forgot if it was in the video or not, but like that they had people flying or driving in from all over the place.
People were driving in. Yeah. I think the next one
Ohio or something they were coming in from.
Yeah, I think the next one's going to be in Lancaster. So with the
PA.
Yeah, Lancaster, PA. I don't have all the details on it, but just keep follow Crypt Video Rentals and that, and keep it updated. Keep yourself updated.
Lo Wang mentions from the Evil Dead Trap episode, Joe, that Vanilla Ice bit got me twice and I loved it. Yeah, Joe edited that episode. That was pretty damn good.
Dude,
callback.
I was like trying to make a joke like in my head because I was like, oh, I mentioned it during the video, and I was like, what fuck would be funny here? And then it just clicked. I just remembered that ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
yeah.
ding, 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 ding. And I was like, that's got to be it.
Sometimes you got to get those audio clips that
The
just
fucking
make that
Vanilla
joke,
Ice.
you know, amplify that joke, man. That was hilarious.
I'm glad you got it because I feel like a lot of people don't remember that
I
joke.
feel like most people did.
Yeah, it's the under pressure joke. How he's telling like the difference between under pressure and ice baby.
Yeah, which is funny now. Like listening to a lot of like hip hop in the last couple of years, where it's just like that's such a standard thing. I don't know why he got signaled out on that, but I guess people didn't really get it at the time.
I feel like he got a lot of blowback in general for being like, I mean,
White boy rapper.
White boy rapper.
That album's actually not that bad if you ever listen to it.
It's not that bad, but like
and his movie is like, even though it's not good, it's like kind of fun.
Cool as Ice is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We should do.
Yeah,
but he's no fucking Beastie Boys. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's no Wu-Tang either. But like,
I know,
he's
but
fine.
I'm talking about white rappers specifically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
I remember listening to Adele, the Funky Homo Sapien album, and there's a dig at Vanilla Ice on that. I thought it was funny. Who's the brother of
Ninja Go?
Who's the brother of Ice Cube? Or no, the cousin of Ice Cube.
Huh. Are you sure about that?
Mr. Doubleina, Mr. Bob Doubleina. Yes, I am.
Oh, that song.
Yeah, that's Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
We did something with that once that is lost to time.
Yes, it is, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I wish I could elaborate on that. Giving the dumpster dwellers blue balls.
Daryl Nee says, I know I asked this before, but have you guys thought about reviewing any Rutger Hauer movies like Blind Fury, Split Second, or Bone Daddy? Blind Fury was in the pool of stuff. Split Second I would love to do.
We gotta get him back on the show. There's a couple of people that have big effects on the MDU, and like Baldwin's another one we gotta revisit. It's just fun to talk about him occasionally.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer is the engineer of the Bleeders, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
One fully functioning vagina. Yeah, I would love to do more Rutger Hauer movies. The problem is, like, look, I sit here, I come down here.
We talk about this all the time.
And we say this all the time, but like, I come down here or I'm upstairs and look at my movies and like, fuck, we gotta fucking do that. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Wow.
We gotta do that. And it's like, again, if that was the job, or if that was like, if we had more time, we'd be blowing through this shit.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is,
one day,
we gotta pick and choose what we want to do, and it's very difficult sometimes, a lot of the time. But yeah. Oops.
It scrolled down. You lost the thread.
Oh, I fucked it up.
Oh, there we go. Hold on. We got a $5 donation from Panic Punk.
Oh, hey, what's up,
What's
Panic
going
Punk? Thank you for the $5 buckaroos. Favorite horror game series? Resident Evil.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
That's not a horror game.
I would argue it's a horror game. There's blood and guts all over the place.
Yeah, but
Jason was in it. Freddy Krueger was in it. It's a horror. Leatherface.
Yeah, well,
okay, fine. If you don't count it, Resident Evil, but I'm counting Mortal Kombat.
Okay. I mean,
they are definitely the top two. Silent Hill's up there, but I definitely played more Resident Evil and
Silent
Mortal
Hill's
Kombat.
great too, but Resident Evil takes the fucking taco on that one for sure.
I get it. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, that gameplay reveals next week as of this recording.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't believe I got to buy a fucking PS5.
Well, you don't gotta.
Shit. I know, but like, I'm already behind and still on fucking Zelda. I started playing Zelda, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm playing. I just got it, right? Well, I didn't just get it. I got it the day it dropped, and I didn't play it for like 3 or 4 days or 5 days.
Or whatever.
I know, but like I sat down for like an hour or 2 hours and I played it, and it's big. It's a big game to run around and do all the shit and make shit and put shit together and blah 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 blah. And I'm fucking looking on Twitter, and you got like fucking all kinds of armor and shit and all this stuff, and like everybody's like at the end of the game, and I'm like, fuck me.
Well, you got to think about it this way, and I'll put this the way I personally operate.
Okay.
You know, and I'll just say this to the
What's
dumpster
the
dwellers
secret
too.
here?
I only have 2 hobbies, and this is a very intentional thing because I used to have many more. Now, seriously, I've whittled down my hobbies to, I mean, outside of little shit here and there. My main 2, video games and movies. Those are my hobbies. That's all I do. I don't watch sports anymore. I don't watch fucking RuPaul's Drag Race.
I forgot that you used
I
to
barely
watch
TV unless it's something that really hooks me.
Yeah.
Just out of necessity. And that's the only way it works for me. Now, a year or 2 down the road, $6 down the road, maybe that'll change for me. But that's how I operate. That's how and as I'm on this show, I've mentioned this in the past, at Movie Dumpster, you would think my number one hobby is movies. I do watch a lot of fucking movies, but I definitely play way more video games. The This isn't some like brag thing, some nerd brag or anything. I'm just saying that's
just what
that
you
is how I
do.
play a lot of the game.
Yeah, no, sure.
And you know, it's on the Switch, so if my wife wants to watch TV, she's been watching a lot of Will and Grace.
Oh.
So I pick the Switch up, you know, you half watch it, you know, get your Will and Grace in. Which
beat
by
up
the way,
some fucking bokoblins.
20 fucking years late to that show. That is one of the funniest sitcoms of all time. But yeah, exactly. So that's how. And then you have other people that they're just streaming it. They're streaming it nonstop.
I guess you're right.
Like some of the people we work with, you know. But yeah, you got to pick and choose, Joe. You can't sit there. You can't enjoy your Shin Ultraman.
I know. I understand.
You can't enjoy your other you got to pick and choose.
I think I get a little upset because like I want to talk to it.
No,
I want to talk to you guys about it, but I can't because I'm so far behind.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fuck.
I totally get there. The FOMO.
Yes, but it's also. I mean, I feel like that in general with everything.
No, I get
how fast everything fucking moves. But like, I just have been having fun, just like enjoying the world.
Oh, it's
which I just love to just like after like again. I think I put about like 9 hours.
Sure.
Let's say.
It's like scratching the surface.
Yeah. So like, there's still so much to do, and like actually, I haven't even hit anything major yet. I've just been like fucking around and like hunting animals and doing whatever and making things and weapons and shit. But like, I just like it. It's just comfortable. The music and the atmosphere and stuff. It's like playing Shadow of Colossus. It's the same thing for me. Like it's just comfy as shit.
It definitely feels like one of those games that if you want to, you could put 1,000 hours into it, just like Breath of the Wild.
Oh, right.
You know, if you wanted to. But
well, for sure. Doom Generation says they did their weird science episode on mushrooms and didn't mention it. That is, ladies, that is a feat.
I didn't forget to mention that.
That is a feat.
Talk about weird science.
Weird science.
Oh my god, that's a movie. Did you watch
everything
the movie
was like wah wah wah? Man, I could imagine like watching it on mushrooms because like I've watched television and movies on mushrooms before, and like maybe this happened to you, but like the fucking television just becomes its own window into a different reality, and like everything fades away.
I've never done mushrooms. I do, you know, kind of want to try them, but it's not something I'm like, you know, rushing out to do.
I would do them with you if you wanted to.
On that note, Tim McAndrew asks, Creepshow 2 review. When?
Never.
Never.
We're not going to do it. We did our Creepshow 2 commentary track.
With Chris Barr.
With Chris Barr. It's on Patreon. And you'll get all our thoughts there if you want to check it out. It's not something that we need to do. And we figured that out.
Our opinions.
We figured that out on the commentary track because we were thinking about doing it as an episode too, but it's just not something that we want to do.
Generally speaking, I mean, we've done commentary tracks on movies we've covered, but we've never done it the other way around, and that's kind of a conscious thing. The only movie we ever talked about maybe covering, and we just never circled back around on it, that we did a commentary track on was Arena.
Yes,
that movie was just kind of like surprised all of us, even Connor when he was still on the show.
Well,
he was part of that.
That movie fucking rules, and the best part about that is that movie's coming to Blu-ray.
Oh, so now
from
we have a good
Arrow.
excuse.
So now
that might
it's
be
like,
fun to revisit. That's when it comes to mind.
But it was almost inaccessible for a lot of people because like you had to have the taper. I think it might have been on YouTube. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but like it was like you could not watch Arena. It wasn't streaming.
There is so much MDU shit in that movie. Like now that I'm thinking about it again with Bilbo Baggins and all that shit. If you guys, holy cat, we should let us know. Maybe we should do a poll on that. We've talked about that before.
We got to start doing those, but for sure, if you see that Blu-ray or you see that DVD, I think it's a Blu-ray that's coming out from Arrow. Fucking grab Arena because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Right. But then listen to it with the commentary track. I think that's one of our funniest ones, honestly.
From what we're a little biased, but yeah,
the one we felt personally that we had the most fun.
Yeah, and again, we felt like we could actually do a full episode on it, and it wouldn't feel like we didn't say the same things again, if that makes sense.
Oh, Bill Coyne's here. What's up, dude? Yeah, dude. VHS Fest is great. Yeah, you should totally come out. We're gonna be there. Speaking of.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of like the Mahoning and stuff, we'll be at VHS Fest.
You missed it when I was doing one of these.
Oh yeah. We'll be at VHS Fest as a vendor. So
yes.
Come by, stop by, hang out. There's a lot.
That's crazy.
I know, dude. It's upon us. So yeah, grab your tickets and come hang if you're in the area.
They're showing Frankenhooker. I know Patty Lamont's gonna be there. I think.
Patty Mullen.
Yes.
Patty Mullen will be there.
Jesus.
Who's Patty Lamont?
She's an actress. She's an actress. She was on a Pose, I think, a bunch.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. There's a lot of good flicks. And of course, it's hosted by Lunch Meat VHS,
Yes.
our buddy Josh Schaefer and Ted Gilbert, and they always do a great job. And you know, the Mahoning always puts on a great show. So it's a lot of fun. Come out and hang out. I think the last time we were there, it was fucking awesome. I think we hung out with Fredo and Ray and Asbestos Bell
last year.
It was great, and Tony was there, and everybody was there.
Last year.
It was a good time. It could have been 2 years ago at this point.
It was 2 years ago.
Anyway. Scrolling it down. Somebody dropped a 10-banger somewhere.
We took too long.
Oh,
there it is. Nick Markins, thank you very much for the $10.
Thank you, Nick.
I see super chat.
Oh, I see you got who is that? Is that Die Ranger? What is that? It's the one with the star.
It looks like Die Ranger. Yeah, you're right. And they say, I would love to see you guys do a video review on Raptor Carnosaur 4.
Oh, so Carnosaur is something that we've been talking about for so long, and we just never did it. And it was just one of those things where it just didn't line up. So, but we should do a fucking Carnosaur episode where we do all 4 movies.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that on the way over here randomly, but like Sinjanor, we did that double feature episode, and like, I'm proud of every episode we ever do, but that's one I was really proud of, just the way we kind of pulled that all together, just from like even a technical standpoint without getting into it.
Yeah.
Just being able to do 2 and like the amount of time we wanted to kind of hit, just for us.
Yeah.
But also that was fun to do. So yeah, that would be kind of fun. Maybe work ourselves up. Let's try a 3
Yeah.
movie one first. See if we can maybe get up to the 4 one, or a movie that maybe you could truncate a lot.
Yeah. Spoilers. Our show is not scripted. It is all off the cuff. The entire thing is off the cuff.
I mean, I do write a joke down here and there.
Yeah. We have notes, but it's not like everything in the video is just spur of the moment.
Sure.
We're going through it talking.
Which just that made me think. I know someone had asked, I don't know if it was on Patreon or something, like we were asking people what they liked on Patreon, and someone had said, oh, maybe uncut episodes. And I'll tell you, you do not want to see an uncut episode. It's a lot of us fumbling around, looking shit up on our phones, saying things over again because we like made a weird sound and didn't like how it went. It's stuff like that. You're getting the best version of it by what you're getting.
It's cutting out all the bullshit. It's like me going, fuck, what was that fucking thing again? Fuck.
Somebody having to use the bathroom.
And then, and then you'll stop and we'll say it again. Whatever. You're not missing anything. So basically what Sean is trying to say is what's in the episode is the uncut episode.
We cut very little.
Yeah. But to that point, we'd probably have to limit ourselves or like timer. I think we did that with the Sinjin.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm from the technical aspect.
We set a timer, right? And we're talking about the movie, and then when it got to a certain point and the alarm went off, then we stopped it. We did a wrap up of whatever segment it was, and then went to the next thing. That's how.
And the magic of editing, you would never know.
And the magic of editing, you didn't even know.
I mean, if you really paid attention, you're like, oh, they started just really speeding up the end of this part. But
the other 2 raptors you didn't even know were there. But yeah, that would be fun to do a Carnosaur thing like that. I mean, again, we're
I like
open.
The idea. I like the idea.
Open to trying a bunch of different things.
Always open to trying different things, seeing what you guys actually like. If something works, doesn't work, we always ask. So.
Yeah. Trevor Finley says talk about Across the Spider-Verse. We're not going to do an episode on that, but I did go see it the other night and it was fucking great. And if you like,
I gotta see it.
If you like Into the Spider-Verse, or if you like Spider-Man, it was fucking great. It was really, really good. I liked it.
Speaking of, just because we haven't really I mean, again, movie podcast, but we talk about video games occasionally. We just talk about Zelda. Spider-Man 2, if anyone's not watching trailers to avoid spoilers, I guess I'll keep.
But that's what I'm saying, man. I gotta get a fucking PS5 to
play. But that trailer looked really cool for anyone that's into the Spider-Man video games. If you haven't looked that up, it looks sick.
I can't wait. I've been waiting for that since I finished
the
first one.
Yeah. Spider-Man, you know.
And it was like
great character.
And it was like, oh, is it coming out for PS4? Because they did like Resident Evil 4. They dropped on PS4, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Well, I'll get Mortal Kombat and the new Star Wars and the new what the fuck we were just saying, Spider-Man on PS4, no problem. They're like, no, and no. So it's like, fuck.
Oh my god. Panic Pun says, when is for the Freddy's Dead review?
Oh boy.
Which one is that? Is that 5 or 6?
It's 6.
That's the one with this is like the cover, right?
It's
making you get up. I gotta rewatch them all. It's been a few years.
I have the fucking glasses right here.
Oh my god.
These are the Freddy's Dead glasses that you
Freddy's Dead
that you got like in the theater.
Is that Nintendo with Sega? Is it what Sega does with Nintendo? Is that one?
Where he's playing the video game
with the cotton thing into the guy's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. I think I might have told this story, but I'll just say it again if we ever cover it. Where I convinced my grandmother, because I had a friend in elementary school that was
to
like,
rent it.
Well, he was like, my friend in elementary school was like you. You were just allowed to watch whatever. My parents only watch shit. But he was like,
that's
oh,
also
Freddy
true.
Krueger's not scary. It's not scary. So I got my grandmother to let me rent like that one, just a random one.
Wait, was Grandma scapegoat? You could do that?
My grandma didn't, she didn't know any better.
See, that's what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
That was the ticket.
Well, I fucked myself over because it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, no,
and then I
you sold yourself
so I fucked myself over and then
Oh.
had nightmares for years. And then watched it years later. It was totally fine. Don't know why I was so terrified, but I blame my parents.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one's rough. I mean,
I don't like that movie.
I would rather do other ones that people are not as hot on that I like, if that makes sense. If I had the option rather than Freddy's Dead. Like
we're okay. I guess I don't know. Tony's in Florida. I don't think he's in the chat. But I'm gonna fuck it. It's a live show.
It's related.
Fuck it. We're he asked us to do one of the entries that I think personally is often overlooked. So
for his series
for the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So we're gonna be doing one on his show, and that will be something it'll come out.
Right.
soon.
When I say series, I forgot there actually is a series. I meant like the film series. Right?
Oh yeah. I thought you meant like his
no,
because he's doing all the Nightmare movies.
It might not be Freddy's Dead, but stay tuned. You'll find out soon.
Spoilers, it's not.
Unless Tony says "fuck you" and changes it.
However, I don't know. I'm gonna save that one for Patreon. We'll talk about. We'll tell the patrons first, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we have talked about doing one of the Friday movies. It just hasn't come into fruition.
Yes. Well,
we're the same reason Joe said earlier that there's just so many other movies that have kind of taken precedence.
Still working it out, right? Yeah. And also, like, just to your point, real quick.
Yeah.
Everybody and their fucking mothers talked about Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? And like, not that we don't love those movies. It's just we like to kind of throw stuff at you that maybe you haven't heard of. And
we do know which ones we would cover if we did. We just haven't done it.
Absolutely. Doom Generation says at one point Tessa says her teeth feel weird. I guess that was when they were doing mushrooms on the horse. That'll do it for sure. Mike Moorhead, the second. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Not the first or the third.
Or the fourth.
That fucking joke is evergreen.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually.
Yeah.
All right, so we're up to Arena in the chat, so we're almost caught up.
Yeah, sorry. You should. Gray Spook says you should review I Saw the Devil. That would be a great one.
I never saw that.
Korean flick. Yeah, it's great.
We definitely want to do more international films. The Evil Dead Trap was the start of re-dipping the toe back in, because I don't know, for a while we just haven't covered it.
My fucking thing is like there's so many American movies that we haven't covered.
There's so many
yet.
movies, period, and that's like something else we talked about. Not to get too into the weeds here, but like we try to do a schedule every year.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of came to this point this year. We're like, you know what? We're gonna try to stick to that to a point, but we're just gonna just do shit that's interesting to us at the time from now on, just to save ourselves some aggravation.
I'm looking at three different foreign movies right now. Specifically this one right here. This one I really want to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think we talked about doing this. Sorry, you can't
next
see
to
that.
Zombie.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
It's in between Zarkor the Invader and Zombie. Try to figure it out.
Somebody will.
These are all alphabetical, by the way. So when you see shit like Spice World in the background, there's a reason for it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple, tapes that are placed in spots where cameras see them, but generally speaking, yes.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Everything just went fucking nutty. Give me 1 second.
You gotta give up on this, man. It's a lost cause.
I like to try to talk to everybody. I wanna talk to everyone. Any thoughts on the Five Nights? Ermac. Oh, Ermac. He says
better be in the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh, dude,
and not as a fucking combat assist.
He's full of souls. Any thoughts on the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer? Jim Henson Shop is working on the animatronics. Wow, I did not know that.
Didn't even watch the trailer.
I'm not a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's guy. I don't even really know what the deal is. I know it's like some kind of bizarro Chuck E. Cheese thing where some guy gets trapped in a thing and
very popular video game series.
Yeah, and they come back. I know it's like a horror thing. I don't really know too much about it.
You have to defer to Jess Daydreaming,
yes,
the former editor of Hack the Movies, for that. She is a massive fan.
Well, if Jim Henson's Creature Shop is doing the effects, I might be in on that, especially if it's practical.
You'll get the rip.
Lo Wang says Carnosaur 2 is the best Carnosaur. Probably. I think the answer is yes to that.
People saying Spider-Man looks sick. Yes. It does.
Brian Malik. Hey, what's up, Brian Malik? He says, my fiance keeps saying we can't have the animated Dino DNA cartoon to marry us. You mean the guy who does the voice of Mr. DNA?
Oh, what, like a what is that? What, like a cameo or something?
Oh, bingo.
Or do you actually have the man?
I don't know.
Well, respond below. We'll get to it eventually.
Respond below. We'll get to it eventually. I have a friend a while ago gave me a actual animation production cell of Mr. DNA with a COA. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, Nathan, Freddy's Dead, I will say this, some of the kills are kind of fun, but the whole movie I don't think it necessarily works without going into it.
Yeah. Rob M, you watched our Shin Ultraman episode? We are going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a Kamen Rider episode.
Yes.
The Shin Kamen Rider. We just saw that, which was fucking great. We both really liked it.
That was again. Maybe if I was more of a fan of Ultraman, maybe I would have felt stronger about it. But I'm not even like a Kamen Rider fan. Like,
no, I mean,
but it was amazing.
I don't think you were super familiar with either of them, which was interesting to see.
Yeah,
which one you kind of
definitely more of a Kamen Rider fan, I guess.
Yeah, Kamen Rider's fucking great. So
I was not expecting the level of gore that came with that film.
We'll talk about it.
Also, I think there's a second showing on Monday if you can get to it if you missed the first one.
Oh, you were saying
check locally because my Regal has one, but the AMC did not.
Oh,
because it goes out of theaters on the 4th for Japan, so I guess the 5th they got one more day in America. If you missed it. Fiore with the $5 super chat. We're a little behind the super chats. We're catching up.
Yeah, sorry. Fiore says, Fiore says, so who'll be talking about the Wild Wild West? You guys are Tony. Shit, man.
Tony.
Wow.
Listen, we try not to. We've done bad movies in the past. We've tried to move away from that.
I like Wild Wild West, first of all. Second of all, that's just not a movie that I want to cover on the show.
That might have to be a mini just based on that comment alone.
You don't like Wild Wild West?
Piece of shit.
Dude, it's fucking
the
hilarious.
Fucking horrible.
It's a great time.
Will Smith is like phoning it in so hardcore.
It's a fun fucking time, dude. It's just so like stupid.
Let's just do Van Helsing at that point. At least
I love that one
be
too.
Worth doing.
Van Helsing's a good time too. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Not comparable, but I'm just saying at that point. Brian Malk says, "OMG, don't say fuck Tony." Sorry to put that image in your head.
No. Ixnay on the Onite. But yeah, to your point, it would be on Tony's show. If anything, I mean, we wouldn't mind being on it, but if anybody's gonna cover, it's gonna be him.
Sure.
Gregus says the Stuff would be a great future movie review. Yes, it would. And the problem is we were gonna do it sooner, but we just haven't gotten to it. That's all like sorted out. We know who's gonna be the guest on that show and everything. We just haven't fucking done it.
That is either just gonna happen on a whim or it's gonna be held for an event that will be in your futures, Dumpster Dwellers. That's all I'll say.
Yes. Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor. That's a good one too.
Stir Crazy I actually watched recently. Definitely one of the weaker Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder movies, but still really funny. It's the one when they're in the prison.
Thank you, Bright Fiber. $20.
Oh, thank you.
Bright Fiber, what is the... That's my dad, by the way.
Yes, I knew
that. What is the movie that we watch with Richard Pryor when he takes all those fucking kids on the bus?
Oh my god.
That movie's hilarious, and my old man's going to tell you right now what it is, if he remembers what it is. But that was one of the... I had never saw it before, and he had it on TV one day, and I sat down, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And
Richard Pryor is a gem.
I know, but like that one specifically was like really good.
Jason Lima, yes. Tokyo Gore Police is fun. That's one that I would maybe like to cover down the road, but again, there's a lot more Japanese cinema I'd like to go to first. But I do like it.
There's a lot of ones. And there's extreme Asian cinema too that like I would like to talk about. Like I'd like to talk about, like, people want the guinea pig films. I would love to do those. I would love to do Naked Blood is another good one.
One that I always go back to because I just like it, but I don't know, maybe it might work better as a mini-sode is Shudder. I like a lot.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to rewatch it, see if it's worth doing as a main episode.
Right.
If not, I think that might make a good mini.
There's
because there's so many, but that's one I'm like, yeah, that Shudder was a good one.
I know, but there's just
and we can say it 1,000 times.
I know, like there's so many movies that we want to just shed a light on that like people might have forgotten about or you never heard of.
Well, Shudder specifically, I think because there was a shitty American remake of it.
Johnny Browning says Friday the 13th or Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker.
I mean, I think Friday is a classic that I return to every year. And Friday the 13th, I like a lot of them, but I don't like all of them. I guess I do get more enjoyment out of Friday the 13th qualitatively, I suppose, but they're both good for different reasons.
Definitely Friday the 13th for me. And specifically part 3. I watch it every year without fail. Other ones too, but 3 and 6 are my favorite. Ryan Powell says, I'd like more Patreon watch-alongs. We're going to be doing them. We got a very special one coming up. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's just do it, and then we'll keep going.
And then we'll keep going.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Yeah, we'll keep it moving. But Sunday.
Yes.
7 o'clock. And the reason it's at 7 o'clock Sunday is because it's an extra super long fucking thing that we did.
Yes.
So in honor of Evil Dead Trap, and playing off of that and the new Evil Dead movie, we are going to give you Evil Dead, The Evil Dead, Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead, and Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2, unabridged.
Yes.
We have a 3-hour cut of Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 put together the way they were meant to be seen in one long movie, and we're calling it Book of the Dead, and it's our special cut that we're doing for Patreon for you guys, and that's going to be this Sunday. What's that date? What's today?
June 4th.
June 4th at 7 p.m. on Patreon. It's the $5 or $10 tiers.
EST.
If you guys are not on Patreon and you want to get in on that, we highly suggest. If anything, you can. I mean, you do whatever you want, but that is going to be a banger. It's both Evil Dead movies cut together seamlessly into one giant film, and we are going to have a blast watching that.
There will definitely be bathroom breaks involved.
Well,
but the film will not have an intermission. It'll just be played right through like always.
We may
I'm
get
just
up
anticipating.
We might get up to go to the bathroom at some point, but the film will not stop.
No, yeah.
And it's going to be one continuous thing all the way to the end of Evil Dead 2. So we're very excited for that. So we're going to post some promos just in case you forget, or just to let everybody know soon, like after the stream and stuff.
And like Joe said, it'd be the $5 and $10 tiers, like always.
Yeah.
And patreon.com/movie.
We're going to have a lot of fun. That's going to be super fun. So in addition to that, too, we're also going to be doing an Evil Dead Rise commentary track because that just hit streaming as well.
Yeah.
And I have not seen it. So this is the first time we're going to be doing a commentary track besides...
It's like a role reversal.
Besides? Oh, not true. Well, yeah, actually.
Because I usually like to go in on blind, except for a couple occasions where I'd seen it already.
I think the only time that happened to both of us was Ghostbusters 2016. Neither of us had saw that movie.
Doom? Might be another one. Or had you seen it?
Maybe Doom.
Okay, but yeah, definitely.
I had to have seen Doom.
Okay, Ghostbusters 2016, absolutely.
Ghostbusters 2016 was one neither of us had ever watched, and we watched it straight up and did the commentary live, and that's just our immediate feelings of that film.
Cut, by the way.
Yes, extended cut. But yeah, so Evil Dead Rise, you will get. Sean has seen it. I have not.
I will say I liked it.
You will get my feelings of everything as we watch it, so that's going to be fun.
And also find out if I like it as much as I did the first time while we're watching it.
We'll see. And that's always a fun thing, too, because you always have that
rewatch.
Initial reaction. And you're like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. That's like the Ant-Man thing. I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I'm like, oh, was it?
Well, even with Evil Dead Rise, I think I said Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Trap on that episode when I first watched. I was like, oh, it's a 5 out of 5. And then on a rewatch a month later, I was like, it's a 4, which is, nitpicky at that point. But it's like, it goes up and down a little. You gotta level it out eventually.
Snacktalus, the Phantasm and the Tall Man Phantasm and the Tall Man don't get enough credit. I agree. Phantasm is a series that I'd love to tackle. I have a fucking box set upstairs that I bought on Blu-ray, like the Sphere box set, and I have not opened it up. I've been waiting for a special occasion, and I've kind of been. I think I haven't opened it because I'm waiting because I really want to talk about those films in some capacity, or at least one of them.
How many? There's like 8 of those, right?
5.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 1, 2, Lord of the Dead, Oblivion, and Ravager. And I have not seen Ravager. Everybody that I've talked to either likes it or hates it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
International films. What about Lo Wang says? DC says, yo, speaking about international films, how about Delicatessen? Delicatessen is fucking great.
I never saw
that. And
that's
the same director who did Alien Resurrection. Delicatessen is, well, I don't want to spoil it too much.
But it's good is the point.
But it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely want to, like, at some point, I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but I would really like to try to get a Giallo or something from Italy on the schedule.
Yeah, I know.
We'll try to squeeze it in. If not, absolutely happening next year, without a doubt.
Yeah. it's tough because I want to pick a really good one, or I want like a
Well,
semi obscure one.
I feel
too.
like one we're gonna cover eventually is Deep Red, when that is, but it probably won't be our first one we cover.
I don't know if I want to. I don't know.
I want to do Deep Red Hardcore, but I'm not gonna like fight for it right now. It's not high on the list, but I want to
understand that Deep Red and Tenebrae are my two favorite.
Well, I would do Tenebrae first.
Are my two favorite Argento movies,
Yeah.
but in the scheme of people talking about giallos, there are so many that nobody talks about or has even.
I watch a lot of
seen.
the ones on Tubi. I watch almost everyone on Tubi, and they start to blend together after a while. But that would be
I did
fun.
a hot sauce for one of them that I'd like to. Death Walks on High Heels would be a good one. Or The House with the Laughing Windows is another good one.
Wow.
All the Colors of the Dark would be a good one.
As we're saying all this, honestly, Joe, even though we've talked about in the past about not teasing ideas, just to save us all a little heartbreak, the dwellers included.
Yeah.
It's staring us in the face. He's in that corner holding a teddy bear. Bob, get the fuck out of there! It's obviously House by the Cemetery. Come on, if we're gonna do one.
That's Italian horror. That's not giallo.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, which is
Italian horror,
which is fine too, because I'd like to do some Fulci
so you can
stuff.
make fun of me with a spider scene when they bite in the face, but I can't watch it.
We saw
quality entertainment, man. I'm throwing you ideas, Joe. I'm throwing you ideas.
We watched the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, PA, where we had our Magic Mayhem and Little Rubber Monsters live show. They always do an Italian Splatterfest, or they used to, and it used to be all on 35, so that was like one of the fucking coolest things to go to.
We saw Bay of Blood at that.
We saw Bay of Blood, and the same night we saw House by the Cemetery, and the part where he's in the library and the guy falls off the fucking ladder. And the spiders are crawling over and biting his face. Sean's like freaking out, and like it just so happenstance like we ended up like leaving at that part too, which is kind of funny.
I tried to watch it without getting too freaked out, but you know the old arachnophobia creeping up on me.
Yeah, a few are. I love Spice Girls. Are you kidding me?
Oh, Brian Malik also. We're getting a little late get on the super chats, but thank you so much for the 11.
Yes, thank you so much, Brian.
And their first super chat.
Yeah, celebrate.
They're giving some balloons. Which I think actually does show on screen for people, but we did not see it.
Brian Malik, have you played the board game yet? We have not, because
that is high on the list of videos we want to actually do of us playing it. That's why we haven't played it.
Right, and we've kind of been holding out and not playing anything because of that, because that's the first thing we want to do.
Yes.
So that's high up there too.
When it happens, we will let you know ASAP.
Panic Pun says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Robert Englund retiring as Freddy?" Give the fucking man a break. He's like 80. He's like 83 or some shit.
Why did he even have to say it? Like, was it not obvious?
Right. Like the guy can't play Freddy anymore.
He hasn't done it since the remake, has he? Outside of maybe at a convention here or there.
Here you go.
Why?
Here's my solution for this. Get Robert Englund, because as far as I'm concerned, he's the only motherfucker who can play Freddy.
They should just come up with new ideas. But yes, continue.
Agreed. But if you really wanted it, have him just say a shit ton of lines and dump it into some fucking AI bullshit.
Yeah, but his voice already kind of changed.
It does change a lot. It has changed a lot. But like, I think you can gather enough stuff to do it. Anyway, I don't know. They did it with Darth Vader.
That brings down that hellscape, Joe.
I know
we're already there, but
I've already contemplated I already had my existential crisis every other day with the AI bullshit for making artwork and doing special effects and compositing things into
I read a fucking article today where the military did some kind of simulation. Yeah. It was all simulation. Nobody actually was hurt. But apparently they had the fucking AI and a drone, and it was basically like to destroy a target. And the military was like, "Oh no, change your objective." And instead of doing that, it was like, "Oh, you're interfering with what I'm doing," and just blew up the person in the simulation.
Well,
so stuff like that. I'm like, okay, Terminator is still possible. I get it's just a simulation, but that's what I'm worried about. And also just. In reality, I mean, I'm also taking that to another level with that, but in reality, just AI art is like you're stealing people's jobs, you're stealing people's writing careers.
And that's like,
which I think is why they're striking. Or part of the strike.
The Terminator thing is scary in itself. But the idea of waking up one day and being completely,
any
useless,
any job
is a scary thing, and especially when you feel like you're a niche thing. And I feel like for the entirety of existence, artists in general have been fucking shit on, kicked in the face, and dumped on, even though they are the fucking people who make the things that you consume all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck you. You know, well, this guy could build a house and I need to live in a house, but you're also watching 9,000 fucking things on Netflix and listening to a bunch of music or watching a bunch of movies or this and that and this and that. Who the fuck do you think makes that? And now a computer can make it, air quotes, for the audio version.
The Mona Lisa. Do you ever want to see what else the bigger shot of the Mona Lisa? What else the Mona Lisa? No, I didn't. I wanted to see what fucking Da Vinci painted, you asshole.
Also true. Sorry, I didn't want to go off an AI thing.
Sorry,
but
I started it. My bad.
No, but like that's a shitty thing, and like
also shame on Adobe, by the way. Not that they were the most scrupulous company to begin with, but
the problem comes in when you already have artists in general. I feel like have a imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah, it's built in.
Quality to them.
That left brain,
as soon as somebody says, "Well, I can just do your job or a computer," and then it's like you get all fucked up from it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the last thing I'll say about that is, in theory, AI should be able to replace jobs that are obsolete, so that people should be free to do more important things with their life, much like Star Trek. But unfortunately, that's not the reality of the situation.
And the ugly part about it is
that's in a perfect world.
Yeah, but we
don't live in.
The ugliest part about it is I'm probably going to have to eventually learn how to use those tools to my advantage. You know what I mean?
And to some extent,
you still need. Look, I'm not saying that they're going to
eradicate
people, but like.
That's what I'm saying.
The person who wakes up tomorrow morning and decides that they want to be an artist, quote unquote, is going to go to one of these fucking. I've seen accounts. People are like, I'm an AI artist. I'm like,
I just blocked them.
And I'm like, no, you're not a fucking artist. You're just typing shit in and like making things from a computer, and you're stealing from all these other people who have made this. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I don't know.
It's not good.
I'm not sure where I was going with that, but my point is, it sucks dick, and I hate it.
Yes.
I was really Daniel Bunch says I was really surprised and happy when I found out Kamen Rider existed. All I knew growing up was that they were the Masked Rider on Fox. Yeah. So I don't think we got a lot of Kamen Rider in the States. And like you said, we had like some stuff in the 90s. In Power Rangers, they tried to take that. They tried to take that. They tried to have that take off as well. Mr. Saban himself. But yeah, Kamen Rider is something really great to get into and I think it's all streaming somewhere for free, like the old stuff. If you want to check it out, somewhere on YouTube.
Bustin' Loose was the movie, by the way.
Bustin' Loose, thank you, Snackless. Thank you.
Bright Fiber came
and
in.
Bright Fiber. There you go.
A few people in there.
Yes, everybody, Bustin' Loose.
I was hunting for the username, not the actual answer.
Bustin' Loose. That was the movie with Richard Pryor on the bus with the kids.
All right, I have to look that one up.
Have you all done Itchy the Killer? Pizza Werewolf says. No, but we'd love to do some more Takashi Miike for sure.
Yeah. I still can't believe Sukiyaki Western Django was actually him. I always forget about that.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time we watched that together?
No, because I didn't watch it with you. I was in the other room. I went to sleep.
Really?
That was with two other friends.
Are you sure you fell asleep?
I'm 100% sure because it was at a friend's house in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And you said, do you want to watch this movie? And I said, I have a headache. I don't want to watch this incredibly gory movie when I have a headache at 11:30 at night.
You don't want to watch a guy coming
on the fucking window? I think I might have been a little drunk at the time.
Yeah. It's possible.
Anyway. I have seen it, but it was not in the story you were thinking of. It is a great movie. See, that won't be fun to talk about, but then we could literally show, like, no clips at all on YouTube, which, hey, we don't really care about, but then half of you won't watch it, so maybe we'll just find something else from him that we could cover. He's done some really interesting stuff recently. So he did, like, some kaiju movie that finally is getting approved to come over here.
Which one?
It was on Twitter.
The Great Whale or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to cover that with Dan from DNA.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about that, and SRS Cinema's putting it out. Ron Bonk's company, who I did effects for his movie She Kills. I did stop motion stuff for that.
You told me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So SRS Cinema, it was his company, and he's putting out. I forget what. I think it's called The Great Whale or something like that.
I saw a picture. I don't remember the name. You're probably right, though.
And then we were talking about it. He messaged me, and we were talking about it. So I would love to cover that.
Miike
in some capacity
is on the list of those directors that I feel like we would always love to come back to, without a doubt.
Panic Pun. Thank you for the $2. Thoughts on?
That was the Freddy thing.
Oh, that was the Freddy thing. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Thank you again.
I think somebody else asked that too. So, Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Sorry, trying to catch up.
I think you finally caught up.
I think we're finally caught up now. We're live with Movie Dumpster. Yeah, fucking an hour later.
And Daniel Belcher, yes. Tubi has a shit ton of Tokusatsu.
Yeah,
they have Kamen Rider, Ultraman. They have it out the ass on there.
There are, I don't know. There's like 60 seasons of fucking Super Sentai.
Well, last time I looked, at least, and like 5 different Ultramans or something like that.
There's a lot, even more than that. There's a lot of Ultraman, and there's a lot of Kamen Rider too.
Hey, Nathan says that SRS released his Buddy Bueno's movie Strega. What's that sound familiar?
Strega. It does sound familiar.
Explain a little more, Nathan. It sounds familiar.
Daniel Belcher said Whale God. That's what it is. That's what it's called.
Yes, the Takashi Miike film. And Ryan Powell with a super chat, $5 super chat. Thanks, Ryan. How you doing? We got your package, by the way. I don't know if you saw the junk mail.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate that.
He's been back there for a while. He's right above my head. Kumdar.
Thanks for making me, Ryan.
$2 tier if you want to check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
And he says, I'd love to see an MD review where one of you loves the movie and the other hates it. I mean, that's happened before. We don't ever necessarily set out to do. I mean, occasionally it does happen, but not in recent memory.
I'm trying to think specifically. I mean, there's a lot of movies that you fucking
Jacko I hated
that you can't stand that I like. Yeah, but Jacko is different. Like something like Munchie, which I love and you don't like.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing that like he vehemently hates, though. I don't think we've ever done.
I mean, you guys have probably known better than us. You listen to the episodes. You tell us. I mean, not that I don't re-listen to my own shit, because of course I do, but I can't remember.
I usually listen to the episodes to make sure I didn't fuck something up.
Yeah, especially when you're editing, you get that on repeat as you're going through it.
Dan just said thanks, or DNA Gaming said thanks for the shout out. SRS just announced another kaiju movie of the sorts, The Great Yokai
Oh, that's
War.
what it was. Yokai.
Guardians.
That's the one I saw the picture of.
Yeah. I want to see that shit.
Dan might even have posted it, honestly.
Which includes Daimajin. Didn't somebody else put that out? Didn't Criterion put that out? The Daimajin movies? Yeah.
Except for Good Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Good Burger 2 is happening.
Well, somebody just said that, too.
Did they? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you Carter Conway said, are you guys going to review? We're going to, Go ahead.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Just because it's not, this show doesn't work like, yes, it'll be a ripe review.
It will be a ripe review.
Because we covered the first one. It's one of our most popular reviews. Yes. And how could we not?
Well, it's just in the pantheon, so we have to.
I'm just adding that detail because it's a fun little thing for me.
Is it going to be good? I don't know.
I am not holding my fucking breath at all. No. I also have a pretty funny idea for a video to go along with that, but I don't know why I'm saying but yeah. Keep it at that.
I don't know what.
Just I guess I could just say it. It was just with the book. We've talked about the book before too.
Yeah. Well, that's a Patreon thing.
But I've always thought this idea, because the second one's going to have nothing to do with it. You do a book to the movie episode, and it's like, okay, so how's the book compared to the movie? And it's like Chris Smith sitting there like, fucking totally different.
Do we save it for that instead?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Let's see when it comes out how we're feeling about it. Because it's going to be Paramount Plus anyway. As long as it's not Hocus Pocus 2 levels.
Oh my god. If it's...
which I have not seen.
I don't think anything could be fucking as bad as that
Maybe
movie.
That'll be when we want to tackle that as a commentary track this Halloween, Joe. Do you want to torture yourself?
No, because again, like, why would I waste my time on a piece of shit movie when we could do something fun?
Let's just do Medea. Medea 2.
No.
She gets stuck in the living room for a while.
Steve Zach says Slime City is a great B horror gem. I fucking love that movie. I had that shit on repeat in high school. That's a great one, man. We should do that one.
Okay. I've heard of it.
Excellent low budget splatter flick. What else we got cooking here? What RJ says, what are your thoughts on Scream 6? Did you see
I haven't seen it yet. Sorry, I'm behind. You can't talk about it. I mean, you know what I mean. Talk about it, but just no spoilers.
No, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm fucking good. That's it. Yeah. Stop making Scream movies. I don't even know who the fuck you're making them for anymore. There is some kind of like weird meta hokey bullshit that people like with the end, and I no, when you see it,
I spoke too soon.
Yeah, just check it out. I'm just fucking.
I'm one of the weirds that thinks 3 is amazing. So what do I know?
Nothing.
It's a 4 out of 5. It's a 4 out of 5. It's one of the best ones.
Look, it's for somebody. It's not for me.
No,
I know.
I'm also half busting chops here.
Yeah.
I still do want to see it. I just didn't get around to it in theaters, and I'm waiting for the Blu-ray.
It's right on Paramount Plus.
I'm trying to cut down on my subscription services.
Oh, you don't have it?
I got to cancel one to get Showtime to watch Yellow Jackets, and then I'm going to have to get Netflix back to watch the new One Piece show in August. At least that's the rumor.
We have like a trifecta or a quadrifecta of fucking people who trade shit.
Well, we got to watch it that Netflix. They're going to charge you that extra $8 now, Joe.
Netflix can suck my dick.
But that's why
with their prices, my goodness, it's like, okay, I knew that was gonna happen eventually, right? Everybody, you thought you were smart and shit like 5 years ago. I was like, I don't need fucking TV. I'm just gonna stream. And I was like, yeah, my fucking bills are this. And then all of a sudden, everybody went, hey, I don't want to watch TV anymore either, and I'm gonna buy all the apps. And they were like, oh, really? Okay, well that'll be $25 fucking a month.
Sure. Pizza Werewolf with the $5 super chat says, "What's your favorite horror prop?"
My favorite horror prop.
I don't know. Bippy.
That is an impossible fucking question to answer.
That's my answer.
It's impossible
from House 2, a very bad movie.
But that's not a prop. I mean, this is a prop, a phone that you put in a scene. That is like an animatronic puppet.
Huh.
For instance,
King Willie's head.
Okay.
When the Predator cuts it off and he's like walking around with it for a hot minute before he polishes it. Does that count?
Yeah,
does that count?
My favorite prop.
I mean, other than that, I'd say like maybe one of his weapons. Just if I'm going off the Predator, thought like a horror movie like weapon or something.
I guess it counts.
A banana, maybe.
The jewel from Monster Squad. Yeah.
Or the lament configuration, actually.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
should say that. That's my number one.
That's more like a prop.
My joke answer is King Willie's head from Predator.
King Willie's head's a good one.
More of an action movie.
No, I'll fucking double down on that one with you. King Willie's fucking
there's the cane.
Snake cane with the sword. That thing's cool. I would say the amulet from Monster Squad.
That's cool.
I guess might be at the top there.
I think just like all time probably movie props if I could own one. And it was actually on sale at one point, like a year or two ago. Was the actual the Grail from Indy 3?
Oh, that's
fun.
A
cool one.
Yeah.
Somebody I know was looking at that last year and was like seriously thinking about buying it, but it was like 5 figures. I was like, they had the money for it, but they didn't pull the trigger on it, to my knowledge.
Forgive me, I can't remember. I think it's not Horror Man Cave. It's somebody else on Instagram, but they made a Demon Knight key prop that I got. Cool. And the Demon Knight key is really is up there for me too. What do we got cooking? Lone Wolf and Cub Shogun Assassin.
Oh god. Now talk about a motherfucking movie I would do in a heartbeat.
I think you've talked about that before.
Those movies are so fucking good. There is not a bad movie in that series. Yeah. There's like maybe one that's like kind of slow and not a lot happens, but there is so much amazing. Like if we were gonna do one, we do the second one. The second one's the best one in my opinion, or maybe the fourth one, where he fights like 100 guys at the end. It's fucking amazing.
That's another
literally, and I think it's the fourth one. And without like just going into it, he literally fights like 100 guys in this fucking like in this mountain like area, and like using traps and shit. And the baby's got the fucking carriage where it's got fucking machine guns in the carriage and everything.
That's awesome, dude. Like
it's so good.
Like I'd like to talk about those, but like again, with Kung Fu flicks, there's so many good ones.
Well, that's a straight up samurai movie.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Brian Malik.
Where's Brian Malik?
Attack on Titan better than One Piece. Personal opinion, I don't agree, but Attack on Titan is my second favorite of all time, and One Piece is my favorite of all time. So I guess it's semantics.
There you go. I like both, but they're not really comparable in my opinion.
No, they're very, very, very different.
They're too different. They're too different to be one better than the other for me.
One is kind of horror sci-fi by the end of it, and One Piece is kind of just. I don't even know what the fuck it is by now.
One Piece is like adventure,
romance.
Yeah, adventure, romance. Drama? Question mark? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely drama.
Yeah.
It's a shonen.
What was Ian Kinsey says, do you have cats? What are your cats' names? Our cat unfortunately passed away. His name was Toby.
Toby boy.
The Luber. He
likes subs.
He does love subs. His favorite toy is actually going to be in the next Talks from the Dark Side episode.
Oh yeah,
which is going to be funny. Dexter Albert, the teddy bear, is going to be in that. Spoilers for what's coming up for Talks from the Dark Side. But no, we have not gotten new cats yet, but when we do, we're gonna get 2 little babies, and very excited for that. Me and my wife.
Well, I don't know if you could see this, but what do you think? Yeah, I got a cat. Scratch the shit out of me all the time because I'm fucking lazy and don't clip her nails, so I can't even get mad about it. Yes, her name's Lily.
Dobby did himself in
Yeah,
this
exactly,
time.
exactly. I blame myself. I constantly tell myself I really need to do that, and then I don't, and then I get scratched. Yes, her name's Lily Munster.
Oh.
She's 4? Yeah, she's 4.
Bronson.
Black cat.
Bronson Wright Wolf.
Hey.
With the $5. What's up, man?
Thanks
Thank
for
you
the
so
super
much.
chat.
If you guys listen to Ozzy Osbourne, what is your favorite song of his to listen on Halloween?
Oh, on Halloween? I was just gonna say Crazy Train is probably my favorite solo Ozzy song. Is that solo or is that Sabbath?
I'm pretty sure that's Ozzy, like by
Yeah,
himself.
yeah.
Mr. Crowley, even though he says Mr. Crowley in the song, it's Aleister Crowley, by the way.
That's a better Halloween song, but I feel like you always hear Iron Man around Halloween for some reason.
No, it's probably gonna be like Bark at the Moon or Mr. Crowley for me.
That's Bark at the Moon.
That's
a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. Do you remember in Spencer's they had these fucking cool dolls, like these 18-inch dolls, and they had a Bark at the Moon one. And like in retrospect now, I'm like, I should have fucking bought that when it was on clearance for $3.
Where are you gonna put that?
I don't know.
In front of the Crypt Keeper?
In front of everywhere.
In front of
Spike
a whole
house.
Not even gonna correct me on that one anymore.
Nope.
I know it's Stripe. I'm just kidding. Dusty, thank you, my good man, from the Flicks and Freds podcast.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much, dude.
With the $5 sticker. Super chat.
The super chat.
I think they're called stickers too. Saying his favorite movie prop is the baseball bat from the barn too.
The baseball bat from the barn too. That
which Joe worked on.
Right, but I didn't make the baseball bat.
Do you know who made the baseball bat?
I do not know who made the baseball bat. Oh, that's a thing.
You recently had that
that's
live
a thing
tweet,
I did.
That's
a thing I did that I'd like to talk about a little bit because I had a lot of fun.
Thank you, Dustin Elkins, for the reminder.
Thank you. Dusty was there, I think, for a little bit of it. So I did a live tweet thing, which I'd never done before, which was kind of interesting. I've seen people do it, like when they do like the watch along thing, where like everybody syncs up the video or whatever, and then you're tweeting along with it. It was strange, but it worked. I didn't really know how it would work with like tagging everything and like would everybody see it and all that shit. But yeah, I had done, just for everybody who doesn't know, I did all the VFX for the Barn 2, and I think there was like something like 250 plus effects. It was the thing. It was a part of my life. It was one of those times in my life where like you die and you come back to life, kind of thing.
You got reanimated?
I was reanimated, yeah. Anyway,
Barn 2.
Yeah. It ripped out my soul and then stuck it back in me, but it was awesome, and I had so much fun doing it, and I'm so glad that I did it. But anyway,
it Doctor Stranged you.
Yeah, exactly.
You were Peter Parker,
and then I came back in.
What was the third one, right?
Yeah, and like it was so fun. It was the first time I had seen it, and it was just premiered on.
Wow.
It was on Screenbox. It just premiered on Screenbox. So, hey, Screenbox TV.
Seriously though.
Yeah. Well. We had reached out about Subspecies 4, so maybe somebody, or Subspecies 5, excuse me, maybe somebody's listening. But it was the first time I saw the Barn 2 in its entirety, because like up until then it was just like clips with no sound, and I was just doing like these little things to or these little portions and doing all the effects on them, so I hadn't even seen it together. And I was like really taken aback. Justin Seaman and Zane Hirschberger did like amazing. Their team put together a really great film, and it was so cool to see everything together, and all the work that was put in from everybody in a final piece. And I had a really fun time, and I was tweeting and I was telling people. The thing was, there were so many effects. It's not like if we were sitting here watching it, I'd be like, oh, this, and this.
You gotta type it up.
It's like I gotta type it up. So like at one point I was just like, yeah, guys, there was like 50 effects that just whizzed by, and you don't know, like, whatever. But I had some fun inside.
Went into detail on some of them. I looked it up after the fact. I checked it out.
So it was fun. It was a great time. I had a really, really fun time, and I'm very thankful to be a part of that, and I'm glad that everybody is getting to watch it now, which is really fucking cool. Holy shit, we're fucking popping and locking over here.
Yep.
I know there's super chats down there, but I will also want to get to the folks that are just talking to us. Born to be Rad says that Mac and Me shirt. Bravo. Yeah, this is from Sadist Art Designs. Our buddy Mark Schoenbach made this. I think he might still have some if you want one. Sadist Art Designs. Go check it out.
He did a shirt I wore on the Christmas one of my Christmas episodes. I got a Christmas vacation shirt.
Where you had like
the Jason kind of looking thing,
on, yeah, with the chainsaw.
I mentioned it on the All a Good Night episode. I think.
Oh yeah. How many episodes does One Piece have? Parker's asking.
1,000 something. I don't know.
Holy
the manga's like longer. Here's always my suggestion with that with people that say it's too long. You're not wrong. But like, if you really don't have the time to watch the anime, like, because it is a lot, 22-minute episode times 1,000. Like, I fucking get it, and there's a lot of filler you could skip too.
Sure.
Just fucking read it. I mean, it still isn't. It's still a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like, think about like a Stephen King book. How long that take you to get through? Might take a couple months.
It depends, yeah.
But like, if you just read a few chapters here and there, like, you'll get hooked. You know how it is when you get into something you're into. You'll know quickly if it's for you or not.
That's what I'm afraid about, reading it, because it's like one of those things where
you can burn through it.
I know, but if
you want to, that's my suggestion.
If I fire up Monster Hunter, I'm not coming out of the house. I'm just not.
Well, again, what did I say early in the show? You got to make those sacrifices.
I know.
You gotta pick your hobbies. But I guess that's what I would suggest. I mean, the anime is good, but or pick shorter shows that are more digestible to you.
Carter Conway says, I was watching a trailer for Pokemon the first movie. It looks really good. Yeah, it fucking rules. That Pokemon movie's really good. You don't like it?
I think it's good.
I think it's great.
I think it's a little overrated personally.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and I like.
I saw it in theaters. I like it a lot.
And I like the Indigo League series is like one of the comfy things that I put on.
I'm specifically talking about the movie.
I know, but I'm just saying that was like the culmination of that.
Was
right in the middle.
Yeah.
Indigo League is the original run of the series.
Oh, I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah. I guess in
Kanto
the US
was the only thing I know it by.
What is that?
The region, Kanto region.
I don't know. And maybe I'm fucking something up.
It might have only been in the games. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, no.
You clearly know it better than me. I don't remember.
Well,
I didn't watch the anime a ton as a kid.
Oh, I watched the anime, and I watch it now, and I watch like the whole thing like a few years back. It's just comfy. It's cozy, and I really like the movie. I think it's good. They tried to do some shit on Netflix where the
second one better,
they remade it in like CG.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Literally remade it.
I was like, oh, there's a new Pokemon movie. I'll give it
a total remake.
I'll give it a shot. And I'm like, this is Pokemon the first movie.
And it's like less violent.
And it looks like shit. Yeah, and less violent, yeah. Like, and it wasn't scary. And like Mewtwo in that first movie is like
the remake. Yeah, I got you. Jesse Caffin with the $2 super chat. Go back up.
Holy shit. There we go.
Do you guys enjoy the Barbarian Brothers films? Joe is a big fan. We've talked about them in the past, and I know Joe wants to cover this film.
This film specifically, Twin Sitters, I wanna do big time. And we were gonna do it. I know
one of them
passed away. And we were like, oh shit, we should totally do that. And we had it on the list and we just never got to it. But yes, the Barbarian Brothers are fucking great. And I would love to get to them for sure.
And while we're here,
Bronson Wright Wolf with the 10 banger again. What's up, dude? Thanks you so
Bronson.
much.
And his favorite Ozzy Osbourne song to listen to at Halloween.
It is Bark at the Moon.
Bark at the Moon, Crazy Train, of course. Flying High Again, Mr. Crowley.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Over the Mountain, Perry Mason's actually a good one. Suicide Solution and Waiting for the Darkness.
Awesome.
Waiting for Darkness.
Well, that's cool, man.
I might have to do that this year. I like Ozzy, but he's not one I always reach for. But now you got me thinking about.
Yeah. Lo Wang DC says, "Is that the Six Flags guy in the background?" Yeah, right
MDU
here.
MDU Icon.
Yeah, that's MDU Icon, Six Flags guy. That's Granny Van Dam's sex slave. Yeah.
You gotta listen to the first concubine. The first couple seasons. Actually, I guess season 2 to 3 is where that kind of blossomed.
Yes,
the Drainiac episode. I think I'm trying to remember. I think it was because that was when Karnetsky ascended.
Yes, but also
somewhere in the or it might have been Ghost Shark. It's somewhere in that part.
I think also listen to the Trouble and Prancer. I believe has Six Flags guy exclusive. I think.
One day they're gonna do something. One day they're gonna do something on that. Just because I think that character's annoying and ridiculous. But
what's up, Hank 10? What's up, Hank 10? He got his face cut off by Gun of the White at some point. That's right. Survivor again. And the other one's picture from the Street is in little Mickey's room. It's the same picture on the DVD cover of him and Jim Henson. Is it really?
We were joking about that when we did the Trick or Treat episode because that shitty like DVD one with Gene Simmons and Ozzy on the cover. It's like this isn't representative of the movie at all.
Pizza World sending a $5 super chat saying just saying thanks and a high five.
Shit, man! High five, Pizza Werewolf. Thank you, man.
Don't break your screen.
After 23, Brian Malik says after 23 years, Ash Ketchum, age 8 years old, has finally won the World Cup.
Yeah, they finally retired the character. I saw that.
I did see that, and it was like, well,
I guess why not? Maybe the voice actors didn't want to keep doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know how old they are in Japan. I don't think they were as old in America. I think it was a little bit younger,
Beats me.
comparatively speaking.
Yeah, I think so. Eyeball soup, moshi moshi.
Hey, what's up? There may be some references to that in a future Shin Ultra or Shin Kamen Rider review.
It's possible.
Based on some trivia we found out. Just keep that thought.
Is the sound gone?
It's probably just because of the we've been going a while.
We've been going a while. Sometimes it gets fucked up.
Which
we
might probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up.
Even though
anyway.
we're having a good time here. Because Sean, even though it's a Friday, has to drive home an hour.
This is also
like
true.
Like a little baby in the rain.
Oh, Serge is in here. What's up, dude? All right, yeah, we got to get out of here anyway. We're hitting the tipping point. But the sound is good. Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, let us know before we continue.
Yeah. Also, Serge came and stayed with me, and we hung out. And when he took his trip to the East Coast, and it was fucking awesome. We had such a good time. It was great. It was great to see him and his girlfriend. It was very nice.
All right, cool. Audio's better. Yes, every once in a while, because the live show,
sometimes it glitches.
Occasionally.
Also, like we have storms here. Like there's like a heat storm outside, like right now, with like a lot of wind and shit. So sometimes the internet will get fucky, and that'll happen. So
yeah. I guess we have a couple things we want to talk about that are coming. I guess we talked about the Evil Dead watch along already and the commentary track for Rise.
Yeah. So just to round out the end of the show, we kind of spoiled a few things up front, but so we got that coming. So come hang out with us on Sunday. At 7 p.m. We're gonna do that Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 unabridged watch along.
Book of the Dead. Yeah,
Book of the Dead. We're calling it because it's the full. It's not going to have Army of Darkness, but it's going to have 1 and 2 together.
That one
full piece.
A little harder to combine. I mean, the ending is so drastically different than the beginning.
I mean, I could do it, but I don't know.
Be here for 9 hours.
Yeah, we're not doing like a 9-hour fucking stream. But yeah, we have a new. We mentioned Fresh Picks before.
Oh yeah,
so Fresh Picks is coming back in a different way, because originally we had that rather. And we were like unboxing things and doing stuff like like you saw the Gamera. There's a Gamera unboxing Friday 13th and that stuff.
There was other stuff planned for that just kind of got pushed in the one that comes on. We were gonna do a Space Jam related one at one point, and we just never got around to it. Back when the new one came out.
And the cereal, the Ghostbusters cereal and stuff, and the Ecto Cooler. But the thing we're gonna do with it is that a lot of these movies that we've been purchasing and watching and stuff, that's where that stuff's gonna live. So we're gonna do like shorter format videos where we talk about things we've seen and things we've bought from different places. Mostly for me, personally, it's mostly like Vinegar Syndrome and Culture Shock and Saturn's Court and all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that we probably wouldn't do on a full episode, but we'll talk about.
Yeah.
And
I gotta find some stuff to bring to the next one. The first one we filmed. More coming. Coming.
And then but it also is a place for things like Crypt Video Rentals to live.
Exactly.
And it will also be a place for I mentioned earlier, for interviews and talking to people in the community and our friends who are directors and writers and actors, and we're going to be talking about their movies and the movies that they have just come out and their future projects and stuff like that. So those are also capsule type episodes that'll live in the Fresh Picks area.
And even like just interviews, like we used to do interviews when we did the audio only podcast. We would like to maybe bring those back in some capacity, along with what Joe just said. So same kind of thing. Fresh Picks.
We might have a fun one of those coming up too. We're talking to somebody right now. So we're trying to get there. Again, we're trying to lessen the stress on ourselves and trying to do what we can and do what we can well, right? And that's pretty much it. Is there anything else?
I mean, the only other thing we'll say, because we basically have already confirmed this and talked about it many times on the show in the past, is the only episode other than that stuff that we're going to confirm for June, because we've talked about it, is Stepfather 3 is happening.
Yes. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're finally rounding. That was it. We're rounding out the Stepfather trilogy with Stepfather 3. Do not miss that one.
The final lore bomb. Well, probably not the final lore bomb, but the final major one.
Oh, it's all roads end here, right? For Stepfather.
Yeah, I mean, again, MDU. I'm sure he'll keep coming up, but yeah. This is the end for now until we get to Step Monster or whatever's after that.
Well,
Stepson, I'm sure is in
there's
there.
also the Stepmother, which is another movie.
Yeah,
different, not related. But we're not going to run out of Stepfather's Day stuff. So
no. We'll find ways to make it work.
We'll find ways to make it work. But the last Stepfather movie is on the table, and it's going to be a fucking blast. So we're very excited to talk about that. Don't forget, hold on a second. Before we end this fucking stream, I'm sorry. I need to know, because I don't know off the top of my head what the number is for our fucking voicemail.
Oh.
So give me 1 second.
Just looking it up
while Sean says something.
I mean,
oh my God! Don't try a Wawa sub.
Let's not get demonetized over a fucking 2-second Wawa ad.
They'll be like, they're advertising on our video.
Welcome to the Northeast of America.
They're advertising on our video.
As he looks that up, it's in the description. You don't even have to scrub it, Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I put it in there.
You great man, you.
I know. It's even on the About page on the YouTube.
No shit.
YouTube.com/movie dumpster. But, I mean, we might have some other stuff coming in June,
yes.
But that's all we're really announcing right now. Just like we said early in the show. So you'll know when it's coming.
Gil DaCosta says the Gamera unboxing video is one of his favorites. So that's cool. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So something similar coming soon. So, yeah. We just got a brand new, we mentioned earlier in the episode, we got a brand new voicemail. If you all want to leave us a voicemail, we will pick one to read on a mainline episode.
We'll play it on a mainline.
We'll play it and we'll respond to it. And that number is 740-688-DUMP, which is 740-688-3867. Give us a buzz. Send us a voicemail. We've already got a couple. We've got one apparently from Richard Kimball. I was wondering who the fuck that was, which we'll get to.
Stay tuned.
And we also got one from Ryan Powell as well.
Right.
So those are going to be fun to talk about in the episodes going forward.
Right. And the goal, we said it in the Evil Dead Trap episode, we'll have one voice per episode, and we'll have like either a snail/email depending on what you guys send in.
Yeah, it's gonna be
not quite a junk mail thing where you guys send us more. I mean, you can still send us a letter for junk mail, obviously.
Junk mail is a separate thing,
but it's more of a question or a comment, and we'll read it.
A short form version,
like we used to do a couple. I think it was a season 3 or 4. We did that for the back half of a season. We used to take listener questions, and we kind of were talking and saying, well, let's bring this idea back around in a different way. And Joe, for the longest time, wanted to do the voicemail.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun and finally pull the trigger on that and break out the answer machine and everything.
We fucking and it was fun to do. So we're very excited to do that going forward. And again, just one more time, I want to remind you, if you're not a patron and you want to become a patron, it's $5 or $10 tiers, but you're not just paying the $5 or $10. You're also getting T-shirts. You're also getting sticker packs and a bunch of other shit, plus the whole back catalog of commentary tracks, live watch-alongs, and all that stuff. But this Sunday at 7 o'clock, we're doing the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 unabridged watch-along. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to mention that one more time.
Sure.
So if you know...
7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern time. So we'd love to see you and hang out. It's going to be a good time. And if you haven't, I'm sure folks in the chat can attest it's a lot of fun because it's similar to this, but we watch a movie together, so that's kind of cool.
And I probably should have said this at the start of the stream now that we're about to sign off. But if you're wondering the entire time why you couldn't comment, click that little red button down there and subscribe and let us know, I guess, what you want to see coming on the show soon.
Yeah.
Like, what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to some more talks? You looking forward to more Patreon content, some more regular episodes? Like, what are you looking for in the dumpster? We got our own machinations here. We have our ideas. We have our lists that we're working towards. But we always love to hear what you guys have to say too.
Absolutely, and like
kind of why we do these live shows.
We're also going to be trying to be better about that. Where we're like, okay, we can't. Here's 5 or 6 movies. Have at it. You
have
guys
to actually do that and see how that works. But yeah,
we're also working. We are working towards. Just one last thing. Sorry, I keep saying one last thing.
No.
We're also working towards a new website, a new web store. So look out for that coming soon. We are going to be at the Mahoning Drive-In for VHS Fest. If you're going to that, go check that out. Do we want to talk about the other thing?
Yeah, no, we probably should.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we were invited. Excuse me. We were invited by the fine folks at RetroWare to be a part of their Super Mario showing at the Mahoning Theater, Drive-In Theater. And
Yes.
they're doing 2 nights of Super Mario Brothers the movie. The Bob Hoskins John Leguizamo classic, and they're also doing Monkey. Glug glug glug, and they're also doing a tournament, like a live on the big screen Nintendo tournament of some kind. They're playing video games, which is really cool. So we're going to be a part of that. We're going to be doing the intro to the movie, and we're also going to have a table and stuff there. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's August 5th and 6th.
I think it's.
Sounds right.
It sounds about right. Go check out Mahoning, DIT, and they'll tell you all about it, and you can get your tickets and stuff. And it's gonna be fun. Like, and I know we said we weren't gonna do shows, and it's not our show. We're a guest to the show.
Yes.
And we're gonna be vendors at VHS Fest, so they're not our shows. We're just gonna be there, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a really good time, and I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Where is that pesky little boy?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Well, in the meantime, let's read this last one from Bronson. Drop one last $5 in here. Thank you again, Bronson, for your support and for the super chat saying, Little Nicky versus Sammy Kerr. Who do you guys think win?
Oh, Sammy Kerr is going to destroy him.
I mean, listen, I know you hate Adam Sandler, but Little Nicky's literally
the son of the devil. I know.
I think he's going to destroy Sammy Kerr without even trying. He's going to send those fucking bees he sent after Winkler after him.
Fuck him.
Oh, the bees are getting me. Oh!
I'm going to attack him with Popeye's chicken.
I know Dustin Elkins is a huge fan of that movie.
I know. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
It was a joke. He hates it. Go listen to their episode, actually. Flicks and Friends podcast did one on that. It's actually a pretty entertaining episode, but they were not fans from what
I must have missed
what
that
I'll
one.
say.
So yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for hanging out for the live stream. Sorry we didn't do it last month, but here we are. We did it, and we will definitely be back at the end of what's this month? June
or the beginning of July, one or the other.
We'll be it's either at the very end of this month or the beginning of the next month. We will see you then for that. We love you. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate you listening to everything, watching everything. If you're a part of Patreon, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everything is, you guys are so fucking awesome. Just between like commenting on stuff and liking stuff and all the positive things that you've said really make us feel good, and like sharing everything, it really helps. We absolutely love the community that we've created together, and we really did do it together. It took us and you guys to do this. So there is a symbiosis going on. And
talk about Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Hope that's not a spoiler.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah. Have an awesome night. Have a great weekend. I'm sure it should be a blast. And yeah, we will catch you next time.
Yep.
Have a good one.
See you guys.